Hey, I just bought a bunch of LordHair hair pieces. They are 0.03mm poly. I got 6 of them, and they ended up costing $130 each. And I'll tell you how I got them. They even cut off that front bit of plastic that hangs over for free, and it didn't take any delay in time. I ordered them less than a week ago when they arrived from China to Australia, express delivery, with that delivery price included. Also, they sent me this, which they send as paperwork. $50 off if you send them a before and after photo. $100 off if you send them a small video of yourself wearing the hairpiece. And if you send an extended one saying how amazing LordHair's products are, they'll give you a free hairpiece. What I'm about to show you has nothing to do with this. This is simply just going to their website. I'm telling you exactly where to go on their website to get $130 hairpieces. So this is what they look like. They are 0.03mm poly, and they're good, okay? They're not bleached at the roots, but nobody in the world is doing that at this point in history. I talk about that briefly in this upcoming video I'm about to show you now. One thing I have to say, you're gonna have to be using my StickOnHair coupon code at the end at checkout, which means you're gonna have to be logged in, registered, and you need to have never used it before for that account, because they only let you use it once. If you try to do it and you've done it before, it'll say you have already used this coupon code. So this is how it works. It's basically piling a bunch of deals on top of each other. And just remember, LordHair often have various deals going on. So I recommend if you do become a member, let them spam you, because you're probably going to want to buy hair pieces for the rest of your life. And it's always good to know when those new deals are coming up, because they're usually for a limited amount of time. Interestingly, what I'm about to show you doesn't even really include any of those deals, and you're still going to get them for $130 each. By the way, check the date time of this video, because if you're watching this in the year 3942, LordHair probably don't exist anymore. I don't know if Earth will, and this deal might no longer exist. So this is only valid pretty much around the time I'm publishing this. I know that videos stay on the internet forever, but just keep that in mind. This is the year 2024. In fact, it's June 30th, 2024. So if you're way in the future, things will have probably changed. This is LordHair.com. They offer deals all the time. My favorite pieces that I've received from these guys have been poly, 0.03mm. They also sell 0.02mm and 0.06mm and 0.08mm thick polyurethane ultra thin skin bases. Log in up here on the top right. Okay, if you don't log in, you've got to register and then log in, as with every website in the whole world. You know how to do that. Then you can use a coupon code at the end at checkout and save hundreds of dollars. Okay, so first step, log in. Second step, go here, ready to wear, go down to base type. I'm going to click on choose by base type so we can look at some prices. So light UTS is basically 0.03mm poly, but with lower density hair. Why is that costing more by $50 than this one, given that somebody had to stitch this for longer? Somebody had to spend more time stitching this than this. So why is this more expensive than this? I would say it's because they don't make as many of these ones. Most people want these ones. So if you ask for this one, you know, they've had to do a special, separate creation. But that would take them less effort to make, I would expect. But because exposed base looks really, really bad, it's not just the exposed base. What it is that when the roots are not bleached, and I've never seen a poly piece with bleached roots, it looks terrible. So you don't want anyone to see a close-up of that. And the lighter the density, the more you will see those straight lines that look absolutely like doll's hair. I expect that this product probably looks exactly like doll's hair. This one has so much hair because of the medium density of it that you probably can't easily see anything beyond the front hairline, which also will look like doll's hair if you don't bleach it yourself, because they're not going to bleach it. They do not ever bleach these hair pieces at the base. What they will bleach is lace. Where's base type? Okay, so if you bought lace, you all, they can bleach, because they'll just flip this upside down, which it always is, and they'll just bleach on top, right? If I went through the process of buying one of these things, which I'm not going to, but I'll just show you, one of the options will probably be to bleach the base. I can't see where it is here, though, which is worrying. So I don't know. Bleached knots. Oh, okay, so bleached knots are already included by default at the front. So where the hairline is, they'll go to the trouble of just bleaching that front bit, right? I don't know why there's this pattern here. Quanta, French lace with thin skin hair pieces. I guess that's a combination. That's got to be the front, surely. Well, it can't be, because they're bleaching knots around the front hairline. So for some reason, this seems to be the back. I don't get this. Let's move away from this hairpiece. It's frightening me. Anyway, you can bleach knots after the hairpiece has been made, so there's no problem. And in fact, nobody in their right mind would ever get a hairpiece that does not have bleached knots or bleached roots unless they don't have a choice. The other thing is, if you've got blonde hair and blonde skin, you don't need them bleached because it's already blonde. People with blonde hair don't need bleached knots because it's already bleached. Now, if you've got brown hair, you want the knots bleached so it looks like it's coming out of your hair and not out of some dead ants that are just piled up on your scalp. Unfortunately, with poly, which is all of these ones, not that one that's lace. Let's go to the base time. Okay, we want to look at this one, 0.03 millimeter, all right? $209. They don't bleach the roots on these at all, which means it's going to look like doll's hair at the front hairline unless you follow my instructions to bleach the front hairline. If you have brown or more. Brown or darker, it's going to look like doll's hair coming out of your white skin. If you've got dark skin, it probably also will look like doll's hair unless you bleach it. If you've got black, jet black skin and jet black hair, it doesn't matter. You don't need it bleached. There are very few people I see around who fit that description. Unless they're from really, really dark skin country. Okay, so here is where you go through the process of choosing all your options. Haircut. Do you want them to cut it for you? You can get it cut in one of these styles for $30. And it'll take 3 days for them to do it, to add on to what usually takes about a week to deliver. It doesn't matter what the color of these people's hair are or what their face looks like at all, right? It's just about the hair piece being cut. You're going to have to deal with the sides yourself because hair pieces don't extend down that far, right? They'll extend to about there. All of this you have to grow and then shave all that bit and then stick a hairpiece on. And they will have cut it like this for you. That's $30 per hairpiece. So we're ordering 6 of them. That's $180. You want to cut it to size. Width, let's say 6 inches. Length from hairline through to the back of where your hair shave zone ends. That will be about, let's say, 8 inches. I'm guessing, I've never done it before. I'm just figuring out some prices for you, okay? $30 times 6 is 180, 10 times 6 is 60, 240 altogether. So on top of whatever you're paying for these hair pieces, which is 6 times 209, you'll add $240 to it at the end. And there's the total, running total there. Perm, none. Thin down density, no. Don't forget you can also buy that other piece that has a lower density. I don't know what they're doing with the thinning down. I guess they're pulling hairs out manually. I don't know. Trim excess edge. yes, definitely trim the excess edge. Do you want to know what that means? It's this stuff at the edge. There. Nobody wants that. Get rid of it. Cut it off. That doesn't cost anything and it doesn't take any extra time for them. They'll do it while they're packaging it. Pickup service. With this service, if I click on here, it's $20 for the first time or $40 every other time. Because they'll expect you'll only never ever need it once, pretty much, unless you make a mistake the first time and then you're going to pay extra next time because you fucked up. They will just want you to have made a stencil and given some hair samples, and then FedEx will come and pick it up. So I expect that LordHair is not really making any money from this. It's just FedEx who's being paid to come around to your house and pick up what you have done. They're not sending you a ruler or a kit or anything, I don't think, to make the template, as far as I understand this. I think they're just offering to pick it up with FedEx so that it'll get from your house to their offices or factory as quickly as possible. Right? And there are instructions on how to do it. So I think that pickup service is simply FedEx coming to your house and picking up what you have done. You need to make that yourself. Template and cut off a bit of your hair. Alright, additional instructions. Have a nice day. And that's the end of it. That's the running description. The hairs are 5 to 6 inches long, which means they're basically a foot long folded in half because they're in the shape of a V embedded into the base, which is in this case 0.03mm poly. What they do is they put a V of hair in there, and then they do it a million times until the whole head's full of hair, and then they'll paint on liquid poly and that will seal them in. What they won't do, unfortunately, which is fucking obvious in my opinion, is after they put the V's in, bleach the base of the V's so that the roots are bleached, and wash the bleach away and dry it, and then put the liquid poly over the top and seal it. That would make the hairs look like they are invisibly coming out of your head instead of doll's hair. Unfortunately, they do not do that. I have no idea why. It seems very, very obvious. This guy here, if you looked right up close, and you can't zoom in super far, you would see that if this is indeed a hairpiece, which I think it probably is, they're very honest about these things, but they're not honest enough to give me an extreme close-up. You would see little V's all along the front and then straight lines of where the hairs are all... They tried to make it staggered with their design, with their stitching, but it never really is. Okay. That's why you need these honest people like me to tell you how things are. And you're going to have to bleach it yourself along the front hairline because we can't access anything up. Alexa, stop. I've got to check on the cooking. But, yeah, what you want to do... Yep. Where are we? I want to get back to what I was up to. Okay, so it remembers. Good. 0.03mm, color number 4. Do I want a haircut? I don't actually want a haircut, and I want to show you the cheapest way to get this done, so I'm going to get rid of that. And we're going to get the stencil cut to 6x8, which I assume is a rounded 6x8. I don't know what the angle of the steepness of that is. It doesn't seem like it would make any sense. Cut by my stylist? No, you're going to be doing this yourself, buddy. There's no stylist. I don't know. You might want to go to a stylist. It would be a lot easier for you, unless you wanted to, dig ditches a few more hours a day to get it done, though. And then, so that's $1,002, $167 a piece. Add to cart. Okay, grand total. If we take away the $20 off of the first order, it comes out to $982. That's not with the haircut or the stencil cut either. Now, importantly, we are logged in, aren't we? We go to checkout. All right, here we write the coupon code STICKONHAIR. and click apply. Before, this is the before price, apply, 982 down to 785. So you just saved a bit of money, 20%. If you had bought 12 of these, instead of saving whatever, 200 bucks, you would be saving 400 bucks. Capiche? Okay. I'll show what these things look like when they arrive.